this is a quick addendum on the Genesis travel series. Wait a minute, let me call it up. I was looking at, I had done something on Genesis, and then I was trying to figure out something else, and I went back to Genesis 1:7 and I noticed something. That's a verse where it's talking about God creating the atmosphere. Now, if he has to create the atmosphere, I mean, based on what we know in modern science today, if he has to create the atmosphere, that means that the angelic conflict was so bad that they burnt up the Earth's atmosphere. Now, I'm just talking off the top of my head, but I do remember that with all the theories, which they think is, talk about why the dinosaurs were extinct and all that stuff. One of them is about some kind of asteroid. Okay, now bear in mind that what science talks about, it restricts its consideration to the natural world, and that's why it gets so much wrong, because it doesn't consider, because it doesn't want to, that there is a higher explanation for it. I mean, you and I and this world that we know is natural to us, but if we were higher beings, the definition of natural would be higher. For angels, their bodies are made of light. So if two angels are fighting with each other, that would look like, as far as the material universe is concerned, that would look like asteroids exploding or what have you. Now, if the fight was so bad that it destroyed the Earth's atmosphere, of course that would have extinguished all life that needs oxygen. Now, not all life needs oxygen, and even if the oxygen is destroyed on the outside, there might be pockets of oxygen under the Earth, or in the, there's the water, all right, and there are caves, and there's all kinds of deep trenches and places where the oxygen would have been burnt out. What I'm trying to say is this sounds like it's analogous to what an atomic bomb does. One of the things in an atomic explosion is the destruction of oxygen. That's one of the reasons why it explodes. And so we have another account of that occurring at the end of time. They look like they're tactical nuclear weapons that are employed, as opposed to what looks like here an angelic bam, which would have, and I'm sort of guessing, but sort of not. It's an educated guess. If you were a scientist and you didn't want to account it except in natural phenomena terms, what natural effect would result? And it looks like the natural effect that would result is something like an asteroid hitting the Earth, or anything that would take away a lot of oxygen. And that would kill a lot of life right then and there. All right, and then the ensuing cold, again, analogous to an atomic explosion, the ensuing cold, that would account for, the freezing and all that. Now, I mean, this is a kind of speculation, but Genesis 1:7, which is kind of weirdly translated, it says God made the expanse. No, I mean, it's atmosphere. All right, they call it expanse or firmament. I think they don't know what to call it, but it's talking about atmosphere. There's an atmosphere that surrounds the Earth. Okay, that means it was gone. Or, yeah, it means it was gone. So that would account a lot for the sudden destruction of all life that even scientists have some clue about, occurring what they think is millions of years ago, and maybe it really was millions of years ago. But this would account for it. And that's all I really wanted to say. I do remember vaguely, I have to check it, my pastor saying that this was atmosphere also. But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the Greek word for it is stereoma. All right? And the Hebrew is ra, where is it? There it is. Okay, wait a minute. Let me call down, no, crud. raq'ia. Yeah, raq'ia. R, Kametz, Kof, not Kaf. Yod, Ayin. Oh. That's gotta be right. Raq'ia. Kia. It might be pronounced the lower Kia. Raq'ia. Yeah, that'd probably be better. Raq'ia. Raq'ia. Yeah, raq'ia. Alright, so that's it. I don't want to waste your time with this more, but just think about that. You know, because people are always talking about, oh, where's there evidence of God? Oh, and how does the Bible, you know, they think that the Bible is against science. No, science is behind the Bible. And I don't want to get into this because I'm going to want to tell you how the Bible's telling you that light's not a constant. Duh! But I'm going to worry about that later. Anyway, that's it for now.